tucked away. In the politics section at a book go-round, I stumbled upon a pocket constitution. At 13, I was curious about the laws that govern our nation, so I decided to buy it. Quickly, it became my personal pride. I put my new pocket constitution into my school bag, letting it slip out to spark curiosity among my classmates. Along my textbooks, it soon acquired creases from repeated use. In middle school, I'd participate in discussions after class with my history teacher, where I routinely referenced my constitution. When incarceration was brought up, my hands turned to the 13th Amendment. I flipped to the 12th Amendment to teach me about Mike Pence's role in certifying an election. In 9th grade, my pocket constitution joined a stack of books on my desk. Among titles like The Discovery of India, War on Peace, and Eleanor, it stood out. Its binding showing signs of strain under the weight of these companions. Yet, as my interest in politics led me to read more, it also changed me. One evening, after a lengthy dinner debate, my dad frowned. "Beta, you've changed. Stop preaching like you know it all. There's often more to the story." My first reaction was denial, but my next thought brought me back to the question of the ship of Theseus. Does the ship remain the same if all its parts are replaced over time? I stared at my pocket constitution. Was it the same book I bought years ago? Was I the same person who'd bought it? Yes and no. I was more passionate about politics than ever, but I'd also stopped listening. Around this same time, I started to question the flaws in my beloved Constitution. The Second Amendment ignited debate about gun rights and school safety, while the 22nd Amendment faced scrutiny amid election concerns. Theseus' ship came sailing back into my mind. I wondered whether our Constitution's core principles remained intact, or if its evolving interpretations were actually steering us further from the intentions of our founding fathers. This past May, as I retrieved my pocket constitution from my backpack, the morning before my APUSH exam, its cover fluttered to the floor. I panicked. This little book had become my talisman, and there it lay, looking forlorn and detached, much like my hopes of acing my history test. Rushing over to the nearest Office Depot, I handed over my precious book. They promised to work their magic, and true to their word, I returned the following day to collect it. Yet, as I held the freshly bound Constitution in my hands, I felt a pang of disappointment. Its binding was pristine, devoid of the creases that had marked its previous life. It felt like meeting a childhood friend who had grown up too fast, the rough edges smoothed out by time. I stared at the little book, wondering if I was even asking the right questions. Instead of focusing on whether this Constitution is still the same Constitution, or am I still the same person, perhaps it's more important to ask if both can evolve to address the ever-shifting needs of our society. Just as the Constitution must remain flexible and resilient, so too must I learn to navigate change and embrace different perspectives. This year, I brought my pocket constitution to the DNC. As I stood in the arena among people of diverse backgrounds and political views, I felt hopeful for a future where our legal systems and their enforcers are both enduring and adaptable. I envision a time with less polarization, recognizing that differing opinions stem from varied views on what is best for our country. In college and beyond, I'll continue to proudly carry my pocket replica constitution to remind myself of these values. And I hope in doing so, I'm given opportunities to engage others in discourse that I believe is not only in the spirit of what the authors of the Constitution intended, but also helps others to turn disagreements into discoveries.